everyone, I'm Dr. Malika K. Fowler of Malika International, seeking to make all lives actualize and inspire through kind actions. I am passionate about inspiring change through interconnectedness and taking compassionate actions towards our fellow human beings. Today, I love to talk to you about compassion through the lens of interconnectedness. I'm going to ask you several questions. I want you to think about these questions. They are vital. They are very reflective, what requires lots of reflection. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking myself right here and right now, who am I? Who am I? Who are you? What are you storing in your human storage? Are you ashamed to unpack? Are you ashamed to tell your world means your place in life, your surroundings, your friends, loved ones, and acquaintances about your baggage, your human baggage? Ladies and gentlemen, you're asking the question right now, what is that human baggage? You'd be shocked to know what your human baggage is. It's not what you're thinking. Are you afraid of being labeled or what your supposedly peers would think of you? Are you living in your you, and that you becomes your now, and not in the image of what others or what people are thinking about you? How many of you and how many of us have stored our human baggage? And that human baggage isn't what you may be thinking. Anytime we talk about baggage, the first thing that comes to our mind is all bad. No, we all have a human baggage. We're all traveling through this world. If you've listened to my message, we're traveling to boundless destinations, and we do have human baggage. Those are not what you're thinking. The human baggage becomes to us, and there is a baggage that we packed in that place called our human currency. And our human currencies are things that we are supposed to do on a daily basis, things that are not tangible, things that are intangible. For example, kindness. Kindness, have you packed that into your human baggage? For example, compassion, have you packed that into your human baggage? For example, sympathy, empathy, have you packed that into your human baggage? What are you packing? What are you ashamed that if you utilize your human currency out there, people would laugh at you and think that you are weird? Let's think about that. Or you're something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with him. Boy, look how that person behaved. Well, look at how you behave. Are you still going to store your human currency in the bag, in your baggage of your humanness, and not be willing to fulfill your human purpose? Because you lack moral courage. You lack moral courage to unpack your human currency and share it, give back to humanity, for fear that someone is going to laugh at me, fear that someone is going to think that something is wrong with me. Fear is a beautiful thing to have, but it depends on how you use fear. Because fear is being aware, your unawareness. But that unawareness is a space where your insecurity could actually lead you to a place of being informed. I refer to fear, I personally refer to fear as freedom exists appearing real. There's an old saying about fear. It says, false evidence appear real. I do want you to take today and spread with the world that fear is freedom exists appearing real. Are you afraid of your freedom that exists, that appears so real, and you're afraid to share with the world because it's an unknown space? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to share with you that fear is one of your human currency. Compassion is one of your human currency. Kindness is one of your human currency. But I'm here very specifically to allow you to interchange with you the place of fear and the place of why you can jump over fear and then start living your now and become a compassionate person. I want you to remember this, that fear is freedom. Your freedom exists appearing so real. The only thing among the so many things that you could do and becomes the thing to do is tap into that place. And that freedom is information, because you are unaware of a place and you seek to hold yourself back. I'm here to tell you that freedom exists and is appearing real. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not late, it's right now. As we live in our now, we should be living in our now, not in maybe tomorrow, because you do not know what tomorrow will bring, or even if you will be alive tomorrow. Perhaps, like I said, perhaps you lack the moral courage. You lack the moral courage to share and maybe give back to humanity. Or you are pretending to be happy, to be content. Same word. Inside of yourself and your soul is so empty. It's very empty. It's probably dehydrated. Are you going to filter your soul with your human currency? Bring out your human currency that you have packed in the baggage and go out there and use it and feed your soul. I'm here to tell you that your emptiness have contributed to make this world a less happy place to be. Your emptiness, your refuser, you're refusing to go out there because of your preconceived notion of what the world would think about you. They're going to think I'm crazy. What is it am I saying? How am I so kind? Why should I be so kind? You have contributed to make our world a less happy place to be. Are you going to stop making assumption and step into your now, knowing, owning it, and winning? Are you going to step into your now? Your now is knowing, owning it, and winning. Are you going to get in that place and win a space for humanity and others? I'm asking you that question. Are you? Ladies and gentlemen, I do want you to believe this. It's so true. We are all interconnected. No matter who we are, what we believe, or where we live on this planet. Remember, I said we all have the same zip code. That zip code we have is called planet Earth. No matter where you are in this world, we all have the same zip code. We are tied to one another in a particular infinite number of ways. Far too many to list right here and right now. Many of us, or most of us, are engaged in some form of compassion. Either as one who is compassionate and or one who is in need of compassion. Ladies and gentlemen, compassion in this phase as one of our human currency. If you took fear away and believe that your fear is a freedom, your fear is freedom waiting to exist. That freedom that is waiting to exist is fear within yourself. I want you to think about this. If you are willing to allow yourself to have the freedom exist, that existence is appearing so real. Freedom exists appearing real. If you are willing to look at fear in this light, I promise you, you are on your way to allowing your unknown space that you believe is unknown and you are afraid of, that others would think something's wrong with you, something's going on with you, and if you're so kind, if you're so compassionate, you're so soft-hearted, you're not scientific enough, you're not XYZ enough, are you willing to allow all the naysayers to keep their verses and perhaps show them an example of the human currency? Spend the human currency on them, and when you do, they will then in terms follow your footsteps. Are you willing to be an example of humanity? Are you willing to step out of your own darkness? Are you willing to start making this world an empty place? Are you willing to take the responsibility and start living now while you're owning that to win? What are you willing to do? What are you telling yourself right here, right now? Ladies and gentlemen, what are you saying to people around you? Are you promoting? What are you promoting? Are you promoting love? Are you promoting respect? Are you promoting dignity to someone? Are you promoting compassion? Compassion is one of the most useful currencies with all the many currencies we have as human beings. Compassion. The feel of compassion is like taking a pill. Take a pill of humanity and light inside of yourself. Are you willing to take that pills? Are you willing to take the many pills of the human currency? Are you willing to use the human currency to buy those simple almost very, very, very simple things that you can do that cost nothing but your share of spending your humanness to another person. I want you to take a second and think about this. I want you to take a second and think about it. Are you willing to exchange? Are you willing to exchange your fear, your rate of fear to obtain, go into your human bank and withdraw some of those human currency and start using that? Are you afraid? Are you fearful because it's going to make you look not like the others? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, our world today is scarce of human currency. And that human currency is for example, extending simple kindness to your fellow human being and expect nothing in return. It's extending compassion. It's extending love, respect, dignity, light, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. There's a whole lot more about our human currency that I may not be naming right now. Think about that. Are you going to continue to make this world, make that currency so scarce because you're holding back to it? You know the beautiful thing about that human currency of extending love, compassion, is that if you kept it packed and do not unpack it, it's never going to multiply. But if you keep spending your human currency, the secret about that human currency is that if you spent it, you never will run out of it. In fact, here's what's going to happen. The more you spend that human currency, the more it is reproducing, it's producing itself. It works by how much you spend. And it also works by how much you're not spending. Ladies and gentlemen, compassion. Compassion is an awesome burden. I talked about compassion, that being an awesome burden. It is an awesome burden that is beautiful. It is, because at some point in your life, you are going to be accepting the burden of others, the ownership. You're going to be owning the burden of others and having ownership for certain outcomes of other people. Whether the situation is good or bad, it is going to be that situation, and you will be responsible truly to uplift your fellow human beings to a place where they can recognize that they exist in this world just like you. Not to look down upon your human race, your human element, and think that it's none of my business. But your job is to spend your human currency. Your job is to spend one of that currency, which is compassion. Because compassion is a very, very valuable. It is a very, very valuable need in this place. It is a very valuable need in this place because it's a very important component of interconnectedness. The factor of having compassion in an interconnected world is truly the core of some of the many glues that come together. Compassion holds a big space in that world because it is truly rooted in love, It's truly rooted in kindness. It's truly rooted in respect. Respect, respect. It's truly rooted in all of the above you can think about. Compassion. Compassion is also a place where, even though you are taking the responsibility of others, but it's a mutual place. It's a mutual willingness. That mutual willingness is feeling your humanness, knowing that you are a human being. You exist inside of you. The question you're going to ask yourself, what would I want XYZ to do to me if I was in similar position? Would I want them to do A, B, C, D? Oh no, I would like them to do X, Y, Z to me. I feel like a royal person. May I extend royalty to someone? Ladies and gentlemen, compassion. Compassion comes with so many aspects because it is so deeply entrenched in the human spirit. Compassion, we are all born with compassion. We all have it within us. It's ingrained within us. It's a place where, believe it or not, I do not want to say I don't care how not nice you are. I want to say no matter how unkind you are, even though you put a charade, a show on pretending to be something you're not, you are entrapped with compassion towards your fellow human beings, because inside of you, you are a living and breathing human being. We have this commonality among all of us, no matter who you are, highs, lows, CEO, XYZ, you and I are living and breathing human beings. And you and I have a legacy to fulfill on this earth before we leave, because each of us are given that torch to come into this world and lead. Therefore, your place in this world, you are not leaving this planet without fulfilling that. Yes, we fight. We fight so hard to hide behind ourselves, not anyone. We fight so hard to stand behind our own shadow, and our own shadow is an engravement of who we are. We can't run away from it. You're right there, because you wear your shadow. Your own shadow, you wear that as a form of necklace to yourself. Believe it or not. It is quite easy. It is quite easy to not be compassionate because you pass premature judgment upon someone. Because it is very difficult. It's a difficult place to be, to want to understand people. You know about people, but you do not wish to understand. Because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, if you understand that space when you want to become compassionate is a requirement. Once you become compassionate, there's a sense of understanding, not quite knowing. Knowing is like giving you an information, but understanding is that you is ingrained inside, you know. And that's where that willingness naturally surfaces. That's where judgment leaves your face of where you are, because you are in a place where you are helping others to develop. You're empathizing with others. It's a communication that you gave to that person, to the world. It's an unspoken communication through your compassionate actions. Ladies and gentlemen, where are you today? Are you compassionate? Are you seeking to extend compassion? Are you seeking to allow someone to find light? To allow someone to see and understand, I said understand the reality and recognize that humanity is truly what we all need to do and be in this world, give back to the greater good of society. Ladies and gentlemen, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you afraid to extend compassion, bring happiness to a person? Are you? Are you afraid that you are going to be looked at differently? You know, compassion, simple kindness, it is a human currency. And that human currency not only affects giving back to humanity, it affects you as a person. Compassion makes you a very attractive person. Compassion simply is prayer. Compassion it gives you long life. I mean, these are things that has been researched. If you think about it and you're wondering what subjective thing she's talking about, this compassion is huge in our society. Compassion's been studied. You have a neurosurgeon, neurologist wanting to study the brain with compassion. Compassion is simply good for our world. It's good for your environment. Because being kind, just being kind to yourself, is the beginning of becoming compassionate. Being kind to yourself, extending simple kindness to your fellow human beings, is the beginning of a new beginning. Helping to make our society by utilizing your human currency instead of making it scarce and unavailable. Mother Teresa said, if you want to change the world, she said, go home and love your family. That is the place it starts. When you love your family, you love yourself. You are also able to come out naturally and love someone and extend simple kindness through a form of compassion or whichever way you are willing to give back to them. And love someone and extend simple kindness through a form of compassion or whichever way you are willing to give back to them. Do you recognize, or have you thought about this, to recognize your space in this world? Are you willing to unpack your baggage, your human baggage? Ladies and gentlemen, are you willing today to unpack your human currency and contribute to this world and leave it a world full of love, peace, compassion, kindness? What if today was your last day on planet Earth? Would you fully resign yourself knowing that you have lived your life serving your human purpose? Would you? Can you rest yourself knowing that you have satisfied a place on planet Earth that allows your memory to live for eternity through those of your benefits? What fear do you have that has allowed you back from your humanness to connect to other human beings? Are you going to walk away feeling a resentment and an internal animosity to yourself, against yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is within that space within us of our lives, our life, to go inward, search for our profoundness, learn to appreciate the calmness of nothingness, which helps us filter wreckage from our human spirit. I want to say thank you. I want you to reflect upon my message. I want you to start using your human currency. Thank you and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Goodbye.